Hello guys, happy day, welcome to Character Obtainmentation number 3, and in this episode, we'll be going over someone who's not very complicated to get either, but he's one of the most important characters in the game historically, and his name is Ieyasu, good old raccoon dog Ieyasu. In Sengoku Rants, he plays a fairly minor role, I would say. I mean, he has... Oh god, his province is called Mikawa, I think, which is historically Magawa territory, and that's all he has in the game. That's it. In real life, he didn't have a whole lot more territory than that when he was simply doing his own thing, but he ended up controlling all of Hojo's territory. It was all under his rule. See, historically, Ieyasu is comparable to Nobunaga. They're almost equal in importance, and there's a third man, Hideyoshi, and those three essentially are why Japan was more or less united in the Sengoku period. Ieyasu was part of that. The Tokugawa family, the clan, is responsible for a great deal of why, Tokugawa Ieyasu he became a shogun. He became the shogun of Japan. And his family, the Tokugawa family, lived on to be the shogunate for almost 200 years. He's a big deal, and the game doesn't reflect that at all. I mean, he's strong in the game. In the game, Ieyasu's a strong guy, but I'll talk more about that when we get to him. I included this here at the beginning with Sakakihabara because that's the first step you've got to take. The first step you've got to take is being in an alternate playthrough. Go figure. And then after you've done that, you need to obviously be at war with Tokugawa, and following that, you need to capture Sakakihabara. Once you've captured him, you talk to him twice. You don't need to get his affection up at all. You just speak to him 2 times, and he tells you that Ieyasu loves tempura, the fish. He loves it, and you know, no one else cooks it as good as Syl. So you just lure him with that instead of killing him. When you take over Tokugawa, you know how you kill, well, you don't kill him, but you battle Ieyasu, and Masamune comes and kills him. Well, if you have learned that he likes tempura, you can simply give him some, and he'll join your army. That's how that works, and that's how you get him. It's that simple. Honestly, the most difficult part is capturing Sakakihabara. Unfortunately for me in this recording, he was the last of the 5 yokai that I captured, which is completely hilarious. You can see there are no other ones left, but I included that there because you needed to know that you finish him off. And once you recruit Ieyasu in this way, all the yokai dogs, all the tanuki that you didn't capture, or yeah, you can't kill him, but all the ones you didn't capture, he'll start recruiting them. And this can be a blessing and a curse because a lot of them are really average. And if you've got shit you want to do and you don't want to waste the national power on those guys, they're just going to flow in. Like Lee Naomasa, he's not a good warrior unit. You don't need him. You're going to get him if you didn't capture him or something, so... I mean, it's cute, they all flow in like that, and obviously there are some unique sequences between Ieyasu and his vassals. They're not his kids. They all have different family names, and they're all based on real people. Very important real people, I would add, and you should look into that if you're interested in more. Just like Ieyasu, I'm going to explain, well, I've tried to explain as much about him as I can, but he's pretty much a badass in history, so I'm not going to be able to do that. I mean... They kind of got his personality down. From what I understand, Ieyasu just kind of took it easy and rode in the sidelines for most of the Sengoku period. I mean, Oda, Nobunaga they were allies, but Ieyasu didn't make any requests. He didn't make any demands, really. I think he asked for troops occasionally. Nobunaga had his wife executed, and Ieyasu's just like, oh well, you win some, you lose some. I mean, anywhere that I've read or learned, he never took any action for that. And eventually, he was given the opportunity by Hideyoshi to give his territory to Hideyoshi, or to simply, I guess, have it taken from him. I don't actually know, but he ended up giving away all of his territory, his hometown and everything, and just taking Hojo's territory. But his passive actions eventually led to him getting all the shit everyone else wanted. So, whatever. In the game, he tries to be passive and whatever, and you just fucking wreck him. So that's that's how that goes. But he's a great unit, both in CO battles. This isn't Advanced Wars. They have those in Advanced Wars. In Commander battles, he's unique. He can hit the front and back row with a single attack and a single flag. I don't think anyone else can do that. So that's very noteworthy. I include that. And it's also important to say that he doesn't have any unique skills as a warrior in army battles, but he has some very high tier skills, which makes him very strong. As a warrior unit, he has high strength and high speed, and that's what warriors need in the game. You can play around with it if you want, but if you're you're using a warrior aggressively, you just need power and speed, and he has those. He has charge, which you should always use on him. Ieyasu should always have an attack boost, either from Tactician or from the use of charge. And he has full power warrior attack too. Now, this skill rapes anything it hits. It will one-shot just about anything his size. Actually, it would probably one-shot guard units his size if they're average. I've used it, it's more of a test because it's kind of suicide. I've used it against Moriteru when they've had about 2,000 troops each, and he nearly killed her. That's pretty damn good. And he himself nearly died because full power warrior attack and number 2 allow the user to suffer more counterattack damage. I believe it says that in the tooltip, but if it doesn't say that, it's pretty obvious, and you notice it. It's still a great skill. Yeah, but Ieyasu's a really good warrior, and he's one of the only ones I use on higher difficulties because he is so beefed up. Yeah. So hopefully now you know a little more about him. In game and out.